traveling alone.
Maxine, bring the Filipino out of everyone.
Hi guys! I'm Maxine. I am a LiveSmart Asia graduate, and for the first time ever, I am coaching in Singapore and Malaysia. So, a little backstory. I've been with LiveSmart Asia since 2016 as a participant, and I've been actually coming back to help them ever since. One day, just all of a sudden, I was asked by the LiveSmart Asia team,
Maxine, do you want to coach internationally?
and I was like, but where? Because as you know, we run workshops in Manila, Indonesia, Singapore, Malaysia, and they were like,
Well, it's Singapore.
I was like, wow, that's like such a great opportunity for me because I feel that it's a whole different ball game to coach in another country. And then they added more. They were like,
That's not all. What if you don't just go Singapore only, but Malaysia as well?
when I heard of this, I was like, whoa, that's a really, really big opportunity. 2 camps in one go. It's crazy, right? It sounds crazy. The level of shock that I had was like incomprehensible. It's like a whirlwind of emotions for me when I first heard of it. At the same time, like, could I say no? No. I wanted to challenge myself. So when I heard of this opportunity, I took a jump at it. My first time traveling alone.
Gate change, and I'm in Naiya Terminal 3 with no Starbucks. But, you know, all for the love of LiveSmart Asia.
I have arrived in SG. My first stop was Singapore. So in Singapore, it was so different because I feel that Philippines, we have a lot of different cultures, but then I feel like Singapore is like a crazy mix of cultures. They mix Hokkien, they mix Mandarin, they mix some Malay, some Indian, some English. Like even the aunties in hawker centers would be like speaking English, Hokkien, Mandarin, and I'm just like Cantonese. Whoa, out of nowhere. It's a culture shock, basically. Singapore camp started, basically we do all the backlogging, everything like that. I believe in this vlog you'll see a glimpse of how the behind the scenes of every workshop happens. That's what we did. Doing our camp prep. Just finished doing your guys' name tags, and now we're working on others. And then comes the camp. Dun dun dun. So during camp, as a coach, feels like the same but somehow different. It's hard to explain in words. The kids were so sweet. You know, sometimes in these types of workshops, we encounter the same problem. Kids, maybe their motivation, maybe confidence and initiative. But even if all these kids have the same problems, as a coach, you still see it's same but different. Every kid or person or child in our workshop approaches their problems so differently that it really gives you a different perspective. Like in the Philippines, I understand their worries, I can relate to them because I've gone through them myself as a Philippine child living in our society. But in Singapore, they grow up in a different environment culturally. I was expecting it to be so stressful because I don't know how to handle problems in another country or like how to really manage my way since I've never really coached or experience anything in Singapore. I would say this opportunity is one of the most life-changing experiences for me. Not only did I really get to have such a big new perspective in life, especially in my coaching community, but at the same time, I was able to connect with other people from different parts of the world, you know?
Where are you?
Maxine,
Last time you
bring the kids to for Jollibee. Bring the Filipino out of everyone. Making them eat her country's pride.
My co-coaches were Malaysian, Indonesian, Singaporeans. Some of the coaches actually that I met in Singapore coached in their own respective countries, like wow. And we're all, by LiveSmart, connected, get to coach in a whole different country with a whole different perspective and whole different view of these kids. Easy to say that it was just a wild experience, and I would never trade it for the world, because Singapore hit me so hard in words that I couldn't explain, to the point that I cried so much. Like talking to one of my co-coaches, Patty, I love you. That was crazy, because it's like we got to experience a first together. I'm 2016, if I remember correctly. Patty's 2017, 2018. It was like, wow, so this is what it's like to coach in another country with a different cultural background. And it's just crazy in a good way, because it's like by the end of it you're exhausted. As a coach, you really have to think about your physical, mental well-being, as well as emotional well-being. And sometimes camp, I'll be honest, it's draining, but it's so fulfilling and rewarding, to the point that literally after camp we always have a thorough rundown, or like a serious one-on-one talks with all the other co-coaches, and we just broke down. That's how much of the Singapore camp had impacted us. So it was a really crazy experience for me, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. But it's not even over yet, because dun, 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 there's still Malaysia.